So I took the job and got to Sacramento. Well, I hadn't been there very long. It was 1960 when I arrived. Hadn't been there very long. I'm sitting at my desk, and the director, Cal Axford, comes in. He says, Arthur, he says, we just got a request from the United Way. There's a sheltered workshop for retarded people down somewhere in south of the city, and the United Way wants us to do an evaluation and make recommendations to them. And I'm going on vacation. I'll be gone for a couple of weeks, and they want our recommendations in a couple of weeks. So I can't do it, so you have to do it. And I said, oh, Cal, I don't know anything about sheltered workshops. I don't know anything about mental retardation. Did we just stall them, till you get back? He says, no, he says, I don't want to mess with them. They want it, we're going to give it to them. You're on your own, kid. Go have a good time. And he leaves, and here I am. So I go down to see this sheltered workshop. Well, they got a big room, and they got about 15 people around a table, and they're doing something with paper, stuffing envelopes or something, and chatting with each other and laughing. And there are some parents there who sort of are overseeing what's going on. And I talk to the parents, and they've got very little money. They've raised money with cookie sales and stuff, and they've got very little money. They got some little contract with somebody to do some envelope stuffing or something, but they really need the money. And, they're struggling. They've set up this program, but it's hard to finance it. And, they just need help. Well, I was very impressed with what they had done. I mean, imagine these people have faced a difficult challenge. Having a child with a significant disability is such a challenge. And they've banded together, and they're doing something. And the people who were at this workshop, I would spend a day watching them, and they're enjoying being there. They seem happy. So I was very impressed. And I wrote a recommendation to the United Way that they should be funded, which they were. So we started looking at the hospitals. And the first thing that we did was we visited hospitals. And I remember taking Frank Lanterman, who was an overweight guy, a little bit like Chris Christie, and he looked like Santa Claus, actually. A little pug nose, rosy cheeks. And he was a conservative Republican from La Cañada. And I remember hiking up the hill with him to go to some of the wards in the hospital. And it's so hilly there. And he's sweating, and we go and look in this ward, and there's 100 people, one bed right next to the other. No room for personal stuff. Some of the people naked, and 3 harried-looking staff running around trying to keep people from hurting themselves. It was terrible. And Lanterman looked at it, he said, I don't believe it. He said, this is my California. He was many generations California, loved California. He said, this is embarrassing, it's terrible. We have to change this. You know. So then Vivian Walter, I think, with her connections with what's her name? The president's sister, Eunice Shriver.
Right.
She brought two experts, world-renowned experts in to look at the hospitals. Gunnar Dybwad, who was professor at Harvard, and Niels Mikkelsen, who was in charge of Denmark's programs. And they came out and they also looked at the hospitals. And Mikkelsen's comment was, we treat our cattle better in Denmark than you treat these people. And it was atrocious. So the next challenge was, how do we fix it?